SpringFest means more sun, more fun, and more free at Lowe's. Keep your yard in line with an additional free Ego 56-volt battery when you buy a select Ego mower, trimmer, or blower. Plus, keep landscaping fresh with Stay Green 1 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Something tells me, I don't know this, that Lara Trump loves this song. I don't know why. I know she loves Africa, Toto, her and Eric, they love Toto, but I guess this is Toto, so she must love this song too, right? You always play Toto when Lara comes on. She must like another band besides them, though, no? Is that it?
Are you asking me?
I don't know. I mean, Lara, is Toto, is that it?
No, that's not it, but I do like Toto, so it's appropriate. That was my, the band that played my wedding song, our first dance song with Eric, as you know, Africa.
Yes.
But no, I like a lot of other bands. You're welcome to play anything for me.
Well, let me guess.
Unless they're woke, and then I don't want anything to do with it.
Right, well, wait a second. I can't play anything for you because if I brought you into Bruce Springsteen, for example, you'd hang up, right?
That is probably accurate. Don't play any Bruce. But other things are okay for me.
Can I ask you an honest question? There was a time when I loved Bruce. I did. And, in fact, in his Born in the USA tour back in the mid-1980s, I think I went to Giant Stadium. It was called that back then. You were here. I think I went to, maybe you weren't, you were in North Carolina. But I called it Giant. I must have gone to 10 of those shows. I loved him. He was my favorite. Now I can't, I hate him. I tweeted something the other day where I said I hate Springsteen after he sang at that ridiculous No Kings event in St. Paul on Saturday. I got like 1 million likes, like 1 million. What happened to him and these other people? What happened?
Isn't it so sad? There used to be things that we could all just say, like, let's let all the nonsense go and let's just come together and enjoy music or movies or whatever it might be. And now these people have gone so overboard with their Trump derangement. And I mean, that's the only thing I can think of that's caused all of this, that they can't help themselves. To hear Bruce Springsteen write a song like he did and prop it up in the way they did. Well, what about all of the young women who were killed by illegal immigrants in this country? When is he writing a song for Lake and Riley, Jesselyn Nungare? When is he writing a song for Sheridan Gorman, the young woman from Westchester, who was just killed by an illegal immigrant? I'm still waiting on that one. You're not going to hear it. But these people can't help themselves, and they've tried to destroy everything. The good news is we got a lot of talent on the right, as it turns out. So we don't need any of these crazies anymore. But it is a sad commentary on kind of where we are in this country.
Not just the singers, because Lou made the same point. When is Bruce going to write about those three people you just mentioned? And I've been talking about this so much, and my listeners are probably bored of hearing it, but I'm still going to say it time and time again. We had an 83-year-old war vet here, yes. Lara. He was thrown on a subway tracks. This man survived cancer. He survived war. And he was killed on a subway track in New York City. And the mayor, and I know this is a tough spot because your father-in-law is very nice to him. The mayor is out there defending Mahmoud Khalil at every opportunity on Twitter. He's out there defending Nurdine, who held a press conference yesterday, who shares the same views as his wife. Just yesterday, he tweeted about Nurdine again. Not a word from the mayor about an 83-year-old war vet murdered in his city. How is that okay?
Well, it's not okay. And, one of his first moves as mayor was to make sure that he did away with the funding that the previous mayor, Eric Adams, had set aside for thousands of new uniformed NYPD officers to be out on the streets of New York, to be in the subways in New York, to ensure that things like this didn't happen. He got rid of that. And instead, you're going to have roughly $1 billion allocated to this, non-uniformed division of people who I guess are going to be answering 911 calls. I don't know. Good luck to everybody in New York. Apparently, according to the police commissioner, that's only going to account for around 2% of the calls. They can only handle 2%, but you got $1 billion almost going to it. It's absolutely insane. So you're taking the uniform division out of New York and you're putting, these just kind of citizen patrol people in. I don't know how it's going to work out, but now you have exactly right. This incredible American who, dedicated his life to serving our country, as you said, beat cancer and his final days were because of someone who should have never been here. That situation never should have transpired in the first place.
And Sheridan Gorman is from Westchester, too. She was murdered, of course, in Illinois, but she's from Westchester. So I consider her one of ours, too. So we've had two beautiful New York Americans murdered in the last couple of weeks because of illegals. Yet when Tom Homan was on this show just yesterday, Tom and I are great buddies like he is with your father-in-law. Great buddies. I love him. When he was on this show just yesterday, you know how many people called me out for talking to Tom Homan because of ICE? I'll tell you this. We went to Florida about 2 weeks ago. Lara, my beautiful wife, Danielle, my two children. We had a great time. Spent about 5 days down in Fort Lauderdale. And when I got to the airport, at Kennedy Airport, my kids made fun of me. They made fun of me because I stopped and I shook the hand of every TSA agent like I would a cop on the streets of New York or a serviceman on the streets of New York. And I said, thank you. You're working for free. It means a lot to me, okay? Thank you. Did the same thing with ICE agents. And what have they done, ICE agents? They're handing out water. They're trying to make lines shorter. They're trying to help. And these crazy New Yorkers are yelling in their faces, you're murderers. They're claiming that people will be murdered in airports in New York City. None of this happens. None of this happens. Again, just like the Bruce Springsteen question. How did we get here, Lara Trump?
Well, first of all, I guess you forgot my number when you were down in Florida, but that's cool. I'm not going to think two things about it. It's not a big deal that you forgot me when you came down, but I digress. I flew up just for the day to New York last week. I flew into Newark Airport, and I did the same thing, Sid. I stopped and I shook the hands of ICE agents who were there in the airport, you know, helping out with TSA. I took a photo with them. I posted it online. It triggered a lot of these lunatics on the left, which I love doing. But look at what these ICE agents have actually done since being in the airport. Not only are they helping facilitate, people through the airports. My gosh, look around the country at how bad the lines have gotten. But you had one at JFK actually save a 1-year-old who was choking. Yeah. And I mean, hopefully the American people are getting a view of these ICE agents and realizing these are incredible people. They're not as the left and as the liberal media had tried to sell them. These are not Nazis or fascists or anything other than hardworking Americans who are trying to do a good job for our country, protect our citizens. And thank God we have a president like Donald Trump who has finally figured out a way to pay these TSA agents because, man, I can't imagine. They've gone weeks on end now with no paychecks. Some of them are having to work multiple jobs to support their families. And it's all because the Democrats do not want the Save America Act passed, and they want to harass and cause more problems for these ICE agents, for these men and women, again, who are doing a really tough job in protecting all of us in the United States. So I did the same thing. So your kids shouldn't be embarrassed. They should be proud of their dad for doing that. And I'm sure they paid attention.
No, they did. But initially, they're like, "What are you running for office, Dad? What are you doing?" I said, "Be careful what you wish for."
Maybe he is. Kid. Yeah, maybe he is.
Maybe I am. We'll have that discussion later, you and I, Lara. But on another note, I got to think your father-in-law, who works his butt off, God forbid he plays around the golf. I mean, this guy, Joe Biden, never worked. He never worked. Your father-in-law plays around the golf. They go, all this guy does is take time off. He works 19-hour days. I don't know how he does it. He's got to be furious, Laura, furious that Congress, on a one-day holiday, look, you want to take off Holy Thursday. I know you're religious. You want to take off Good Friday. You want to take off Easter Sunday, make it 3 or 4 days. I get it. Congress is taking 2 weeks off. DHS is not funded. The Save America Act is not going anywhere right now, at least in our favor. He's got to be furious, no?
Well, yeah, because it's absolutely insulting to every single American. These are the people, Sid, that we send to Washington, D.C. to represent us. We are their constituents throughout the country, and they're supposed to be there doing a job. And whenever you take all this time off, I get it. You're right. My family celebrates Easter. We're very excited for this weekend. Friday is a special day, all of that. However, whenever you are in unique situations and the circumstances are different, you have to approach things differently. And listen, the Democrats have been holding America hostage now for 40 some odd days. This is the second time in 6 months that they've done this to our country. So pay attention, America. This is why you cannot give these people majorities come November. But yeah, this would be a time where you might have the leadership there in D.C. saying, just to do a good job, just to show the American people that we really are fighting every way we possibly can to do the right thing here. Maybe you want to stay there in D.C. and get a little something done. Donald Trump sleeps maybe 3 hours a night. Other than that, this guy is working, nonstop, as you said. But I guess maybe this is what we've come to expect, and it's probably why Congress's approval rating is so abysmally low.
Damn right.